Here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast, episode 347 to be exact. If you're new here, enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole bunch of that stuff going on around here. And when you do subscribe, leave a like or hang out with us in the live chat like you're going to do today. It helps us share conversations and laughs like these with more people. So do consider doing that. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacations. It's that time of the year. All right, which is every time of the year is the best time for you and the fam, or you and the boys, or you and your girls to go and enjoy yourself. You have a good little getaway from everything that's going on in this crazy world, and there's no better place to do it than with today's video sponsor, Alpine House 2. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss chalet duplex A-frame with the log cabin interior located directly across the street from the Ski Brule Ski Resort in Iron River, Michigan. Surrounded by forests, lakes, rivers, more specifically Iron River makes Alpine House 2 the destination for fishing, hunting, hiking, snowmobiling, and of course skiing and whatnot this time of year while you still can. They've been pretty consistently booked up over on Vrbo and Airbnb, but if you reach out to them over on their Instagram at ALPINEHAUS2, that's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram, and tell them that Darren, Rita, or Detox sent you, they will set you guys up with a vacation. They're also linked down below, so I want to say one last time, shout out to at Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the show. And I did mention this is the 347th episode, so we've been doing this a while. I've made plenty of mistakes on the technical side of things, and if I had our second video sponsor, Impulse Cameras, in my back pocket sooner, things probably would have been quite a bit easier. Impulse Cameras is located in Oak Creek, Wisconsin's Drexel Square, and they have everything you could possibly need for creative projects, whether it's cameras, lights, microphones, gimbals, or even just a space to record your own content. They have all of it, and they don't just have great gear. They've also got great, talented, hardworking staff that's worked in the field in these different respected industries, whether it's photography, videography, etc. And they're here to help you get gear that is best suited for your needs at prices that actually fit your budget. If you're still not convinced, they also offer super legit rental programs to help you get your hands on some amazing gear before you decide to buy, and they have monthly memberships to help you get extra discounts. So check out at impulse.mke on Instagram or impulsecameras.com to get some new gear, or reach out to them if you've got questions about your next creative project. That's at impulse.mke on Instagram or impulsecameras.com. Their stuff is linked down below as well. And shout out to Impulse Cameras for sponsoring another episode of the show. Now, with all the church announcements out of the way, I'm very excited to be kicking it with my guest this week. We got to give a wet detox welcome to Quinn from _Wisconsin Quinn on TikTok.
Yes.
She's here in the building, and I did said it right, and there we are.
Yeah.
It's a good tongue twister. It's perfect, though. It is the Wisconsin Quinn. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yes. I am upset that somebody got just Wisconsin Quinn without the underscore first. But
what are they doing, man? Well, that's so specific. It's another Quinn girly in Wisconsin that stole it from you?
I will say I actually just had somebody message me on TikTok that was like, I love your name.
Really?
Signed a Quinn from Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. So maybe there's many of you.
There's a few of us.
There's a small army maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But we got connected through TikTok.
Yep.
I have been, as many other people in Wisconsin, seeing plenty of stuff about these data centers coming in.
Yep.
I'm from originally like the Kenosha County area, and they got the big Microsoft one going in over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming all up and down the interstate, it feels like at this point.
Yep.
I saw your video, a couple of your videos, as well as some other creators kind of talking about what's actually going on with these data centers, and that's when we got connected because I wanted to have you on to talk a little bit more about it today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When did you start getting into this? Like, when did for people that are unaware, your sort of fight or bone to pick with these data centers start?
Yeah, so I initially, this sort of platform of mine didn't have an incredible direction, but it was gold to be my like love letter to Wisconsin. I just grew up here. I love the small towns and all of the little things that make Wisconsin. And my husband's family is actually from Janesville, and I had read about the Janesville the initial meeting in regards to the data center in Janesville.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the NDA that the Common Council had to sign in order to even have a discussion about this data center, which then put the Common Council into a closed session. And I was like, that feels weird.
Yeah.
Feels illegal.
So a closed session would be like, so the public doesn't get to know what happened at all.
Correct. So a closed session is not necessarily that weird inherently in itself, because in a lot of common council or village board or whatever you want to say, they do things like HR, like they do hiring and they talk about like private matters. It's also there for any sort of like competitiveness, like we want to buy a piece of land, this is the amount of money we can spend, you know, like that's like the initial logic behind it. But when these data center companies come in and they make them sign NDAs, they have to go into a closed session and they can't divulge any of this information, all under the guise of like proprietary information.
Whoa, so the data center's like, hey, we want to meet with you about putting a data center in Janesville. Before we're going to do it, though, you got to agree you can't tell anybody what we're going to say in this meeting.
Yeah.
That seems kind of whack.
Right. And that was my thought process. I was like, how is it possible that this like privately owned or investor owned, whatever, like not publicly owned company can come in and basically say, we want to spend or, you know, purchase X amount of acres, which is usually more than couple hundred, and spend all of this money that will deeply affect your community, and the community cannot know anything.
Yeah, that seems silly. I mean, Janesville, I lived in Janesville for a couple of years. It's a silly place in general. Shout out Janesville, love it. But that seems ridiculous. It just seems super backwards, especially like this is something that's been on my mind heavy, and maybe it's too early in this episode to get tangent off into this, but like these are like, we're talking across different small towns in Wisconsin, like small-time local politicians making huge decisions that are going to impact like generations of Wisconsinites.
Yeah, listen, Jane and Ted from DeForest and Port Washington, respectively, you're on my list. Not like a threat.
Not like a threat. We're not threatening.
But like a dunzo list.
But I do think we need to start maybe slapping these politicians. Just like a good old take the glove off and give them a little 1-2, you know? Like.
Yeah, apparently there's no shame anymore. Because
that's what I mean. And like, do these people, this is what I'm interested in. Because these people like especially in like these more local politicians, right? They like live within the communities.
Yeah.
Like people know them. Like they have friends in the community. Like, bro, if you see them out at whatever supermarket, or you see them at their kids' baseball game or basketball game, belittle them.
Oh.
Talk so much shit to them.
Yeah.
They should not be comfortable. You know what I mean? And whatever, I'm not telling you to break any laws, but I'm saying as legally as possible, make these fuckers uncomfortable, because what they're doing to our community currently, as well as what they're going to do for years and years to come, is irreversible damage.
Yeah. So Mayor Ted is the mayor of Port Washington, and he is the champion
of data centers?
Of that data center.
Oh my
and God. That data center, you hear these stories of people who like cannot live in their homes anymore because of the noise, because of the dust, and because of all of this impact. And now in Port Washington, they have secured or approved 24-hour construction.
Wow.
On Saturday and Sunday, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but it like ends at 9 p.m. or something. It's supposed to, but they actually just were called out on it not. Anyway, Mayor Ted is like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna hang my hat on.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck Ted.
Yeah.
How about we just follow him around with the sound of construction?
Yeah.
At his work, on his way home.
Yeah.
Inside of his living room, and we're on public property.
Yeah.
Like, we will.
Have we done this? Did you do this, or you want to do this?
I want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't live close enough to Port Washington
to
fully justify
that.
But
you would.
If somebody wants to do it.
Yeah, maybe somebody get like we can all get some jackhammers and some megaphones and just follow around.
Honestly, or even just like some good speakers.
Yeah, okay,
good speakers on the back of your car.
I got some good speakers.
And data centers themselves are so loud.
Yeah.
They're incredibly loud.
I have heard this, yes.
So you can even play data center noise.
Yeah, you could just play that on some subs. Yeah, put some subs in your car and just play data center noise. It's crazy. It just, okay, we're going to bounce around a little bit. But with like specifically the Port Washington one, I know like it seems like, at least from what I've seen, and I am aware that we can all be victims of our own algorithms and our own bubbles online. it seems like nobody wanted that in the community, and nobody still, especially after finding out more and more information, wants it.
Yes.
But yet we're having these NDAs signed, and then these politicians are making decisions where nobody knows the details of anything.
Yes.
And they're just being like, yeah, I'm going to do it anyways because I'm getting my pockets lined.
Yeah. Again, the caveat of like victims of our own algorithm and like me being involved in like multiple data center like groups.
Mm-hmm.
It is also my understanding that overwhelmingly so people were like
I'm seeing people across the aisle.
No thanks.
Yeah. Like people on both sides, people that I know have voted vastly differently than me. People that have supported some, maybe in my opinion, like heinous crimes by this current administration. Like insane shit are like, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with these data centers. Like, I don't want, like, nobody bipartisanly wants these data centers in Wisconsin. And they're like, yeah, but we want that lake. We want all your lakes.
100%. And that's the one thing, I said this to you earlier, but like, I firmly believe that whatever political group can write good, strong data center regulation is going to be the one that's going to win Wisconsin. And in that, because Wisconsin's such a swing, the presidency, because it is such it's like across the aisle. It's so apolitical. There's no sort of like, oh well, X party did Y, or Y party did X. It is literally just like, how do we stop this and fuck these big businesses?
Yeah, nobody wants it. And the thing that, and maybe you can elaborate a little bit more into this. The thing that blows my mind about when you have these politicians come out and try to say that like these are good for business, like, oh, we're putting this up in Port Washington because it's gonna be great for business, it's gonna create all these jobs. It's like, dude, it's creating temporary construction jobs until it's done, and then after that, it's gonna have like a handful of IT jobs, which are going to get phased out also. And
because
that's
of
it.
AI.
Yeah, and that's it. So it's like it's not actually creating many jobs at all, and at the expense of for the 8 to 12 jobs it does actually create long term, it's going to destroy the environment, raise everybody's property taxes, raise everybody's electric bill.
Yeah.
And probably deteriorate the Midwest's environment, natural resources and environment, which is crazy because I've had this take for a while that because we're so terrible with our climate activism and like things, the world is simply eroding, that I've thought that the Midwest is going to be like this last bastion where it's like everybody's going to eventually 50, 100, however many 100 years from now, everybody's going to live in the Midwest because everything else is going to be swallowed up by the ocean or landfilled, whatever. That they're going to speed that up too, where the Midwest isn't even going to be popping anymore because we're going to overheat it with these data centers.
Yeah.
It's scary because the data center, they want to build them here because it's so cold and because they have all the fresh water in the world.
So they want to build it here because in August 2025, bipartisan law was passed. Governor Evers was very jazzed to pass it. And it basically gave these data centers the ability to create or be a part of their own sort of like tax district, essentially. I'm not a professional. This is like very, very layman's terms.
Yeah.
But essentially, these data centers are coming in and they are getting tax deductions on par with nonprofits.
Wow.
Like sales tax, even like certain levels of like personal purchase taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and in Wisconsin, they wrote a law and it was passed across the board to allow this to happen. And then later in the year, later in 2025, they gave them even more tax breaks.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I understand, like, and there isn't much regulation at all on these data centers either. Because I know I'd seen, like, as well as I'm sure many people did that are in Wisconsin that maybe aren't even super plugged into politics. Charlie Barron's had like a bunch of videos about it where he was talking about the Assembly Bill 840.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't pass, did it?
As far as I'm aware, it passed the Assembly, but nothing has like passed.
It's not into law.
Yeah.
And for people that aren't aware, this is like a really tiny bit of legislation, we guess we can call it, that's supposed to like be some parameters on what they can do. And it's really, I mean, as he joked in like one of his videos, there's more regulations on cheese curds. And I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's genuinely scary.
There is currently more regulation on butter and margarine than there is on data centers. And at the time that I was talking about it, so probably a little less than a month ago, there were the same amount of bills in legislation, like in the legislature, regarding butter and margarine regulation and data center regulation.
So what is in this Assembly Bill 840? What's there in layman's terms? Because I've seen it at least when he was holding it up, and then versus like the other documents, like it's like literally like a page long.
Yeah. So if it's the one that I'm thinking of, it was kind of the big Republican one, if I remember correctly. It was. I don't remember exactly, but I know that there was a few parts that were like just so open-ended. Like one, for example, was like the electric companies and the utilities couldn't be charged to the ratepayer if it was the majority was used for data centers, which is like, how do you measure that?
Yeah, I did see something like that where it was like they can't raise it, they can't raise the price on people,
right?
If as long as but it's like unless a portion of it goes to whatever, and it was like, well, what is that amount? Like we're not told what the amount is, so then of course we're not, because then the company can say, well, we're raising it, and you go, well, wait, what about this bill? And they go, well, that's a portion.
Yes. So then the other thing, kind of in tandem with that, is ATC, which is the American Transmission Company, is a quote unquote regulated monopoly in the state of Wisconsin and the United States, because it goes all the way up into Michigan, and they are the people who build the power transmission lines. They have first right to refusal in the state of Wisconsin to build these transmission lines. And they're pretty much the only company that does this. Yeah. And so they have their 10-year project projection on when they're going to build these things. And, spoiler alert, all of the data centers that have shown up or have been like proposed are along these heavy-duty transmission lines or along these transmission projects. So then how do you say, like, okay, they've had this transmission line planned, you know, it's in their 10-year plan, so, you know, we're paying for the infrastructure. How, you know, who's to say that that wasn't just planned and that's just what it is, and coincidentally a data center showed up next to it type of thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, this was maybe my favorite in that bill. It was like data centers have to report water usage to the DNR. That's it.
That's the regulation.
That's the thing they wanted to make law.
There's not a limit on the water usage. No. It's just we have to tell you how much of it we waste.
Yeah, and like not like every year you do like a year-over-year comp. No, it's literally just report water usage.
Just let us know.
Yeah, just keep us posted.
Can we amend that and just be like, actually, don't fucking tell us. If you're going to burn all of our water, like if you're going to waste all of our most valuable resource, can we just not know, actually? Because that's just going to stress me out.
If there's no repercussion, then yeah. And another one is they have to essentially, if they're not going to use the land anymore, if they decide, no thanks, they have to report to the DNR, and then they have to pay to clean it up.
That's it?
That's it.
So once they trash the water, once they destroy the water and the community, they just gotta pay to take their stuff down?
But also, like, specifically the report thing to me is like, okay, that's like asking a 3-year-old to tell you what they did wrong.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're gonna get punished. Like, there's gonna be a consequence.
They're not gonna do that.
Who's to say they're not gonna pull a Foxconn and be like, whoops.
Yeah.
We're still going to use it maybe someday, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wisconsin, we're getting curved. We're getting smoked on these deals.
We are, and it's so frustrating because there are it is continued like politicians on both sides against these like tiny little communities.
Yeah, it's like they're steamrolling us, and nobody wants these things. Like you said, it's pretty apolitical in most of these cases.
Overwhelmingly so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like everybody, I mean, the fact that like, and I've heard that he is a pretty outspoken guy in like his circles, but like Charlie Barron's making videos about it. Like he's not a political comedian, and he was like, "Yo, I gotta say something about this because this is affecting my community, and this is whack. Nobody wants this." And so I think it's like, if you got people like that coming out and saying it,
100%.
you got everybody in their mom being like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to a town hall meeting if I have to." Like, no, we don't want this. Please don't do this. And they're like, "Yeah, we're still gonna do it."
I had the true privilege to go up and talk to people in Greenleaf, Wisconsin, which is like a very small community outside of Appleton.
Was there like 10 people in there? Greenleaf? That's a fake town. That's not a real place.
It in fact is. I did not believe it was real. It is real. And there were essentially quote unquote rumors of there being a data center because people were coming in and saying, like, we're going to offer you this absurd amount of money for your land in Greenleaf, Wisconsin. And
whoa.
People were like, seems sus.
Yeah.
And some guy who was offered this, like, overheard it. They figured out that a data center was, like, being propositioned in the area. The community, like, got together within 7 days. They had, like, the community banded together. They were talking about, like, what they need to do, the education they need. Within 7 days, the data center that was thinking about coming in, Cloverleaf, had said, no thanks.
Yeah.
We're out. Which was so impressive. But I went up there to speak. It was so cool to see because we were in this, like, little, like, brewery area. And there were people from literally the entire spectrum of politics, income, ages, all of the above. And afterwards, after kind of speaking, I was chatting with a woman and we were kind of talking about stuff and she kind of started to veer into like the very partisan conversation of like, you know, they were doing this or that's what they do. And I just, you know, showed her the information and I was like, it's not like, I'm not saying either party is right or wrong because I fully believe they're both wrong. But like that is not the case. Here's my evidence.
Yeah.
And you could literally see like her kind of like resolve fall, but also the light bulb turn on where she was like, they chose us, they chose our community because we are like uneducated. And that is her word. That's not me saying that, but it's like a very blue collar, you know, community. She was like, I cut hair for 30 years type of thing. She was like, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
And there was another woman who, she like kind of lived across the street from where that proposed data center was going to be. And she kind of had the same thing where she was like, I've never been involved in politics. I've never cared. Yeah. And she's now running for like village president or village board, like Jesus, whatever.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. So, which is so like,
that's awesome.
I'm willing to put quite a bit of money on the fact that her and I do not align when it comes to politics. Just like kind of my vibes, which ultimately is fine because I think it's so cool that somebody was motivated to show up and get involved in their community.
Yeah, dude, that's what these data centers got to realize. Y'all are waking people up in Wisconsin.
100%.
Yeah, like voter turnout going to be crazy.
Well, they are realizing it. That's the thing is.
Because haven't they backed out of a couple other spots too?
So they backed out of a couple spots. So the one cool thing, if you're ever feeling kind of burnt out by data centers, is the last data center to really pass is Port Washington, which is going on like a year now, I think. Yeah. Pretty close. A little less. Since then, there has not been another data center that has like moved forward. But they are so they're realizing that these people are showing up. We've seen a huge increase in propaganda. We've seen a huge increase in money being put into quote-unquote education. For example, tonight in Janesville, Wisconsin, there's a village meeting or whatever they call it, and there's going to be a tax and economic workshop to educate the community
about
all of the good things that
the
data centers bring.
Whoa.
Yeah, which, spoiler alert, nothing.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Is this like a Benjamin Netanyahu thing where I could get some money for posting positive things about data centers?
So actually, Port Washington, Wisconsin is hiring a community engagement specialist.
I saw you post about this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious to me.
Same. I was like,
dude, maybe you could apply. You could get that gig, make a couple videos on a new account.
Honestly, how funny would it be if they were to hire me? Because I would be like, listen, I know a lot about data centers. I'm actually extremely up to date.
Yeah.
On data centers.
You could just do. There's some leftist guy that did that as an experiment, like a social experiment, to prove how easy it was to like grift as like a black conservative, and he like made this whole account and like grew it from like 0 to like a couple 100,000 followers in like 2 months, just like repeating like, Charlie Kirk talking points and stuff like that. And he grew his platform, and then he just like came out with his actual platform right after that. He's like, guys, all that is bullshit, dude.
Did you hear about the woman journalist who I hate that I said female.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
So sorry.
Sometimes we get like, people from different walks of life, maybe some rappers that'll still use that term. That's crazy that you just said that.
I like meant it in like a way that was like not identifying, but it somehow just like made it way worse.
Yeah, you said it as a capital F.
Did not mean that. A woman journalist who interviewed for ICE, and she was like, I am historically like a very liberal journalist.
It's like very well documented.
Very well documented. And essentially, down the road, without her doing anything, she ended up getting hired by ICE.
Yeah, she skipped the interview too, or one of the interviews too.
Yeah, she skipped the she went to the interview, but then they sent her like a follow-up form. She didn't do it. Yeah. She missed the email where they sent her like background check information, didn't do it, and they were like, hey, your start date is...
Yeah. Like, bro. And then they tried to deny it after. I did see that whole thing. That was hilarious. That was so good.
I can just do that for data centers.
Dude, I know. That would be sick. I was thinking about like maybe if we like got enough people to like pretend to like apprentice for like some of these construction companies that are building them, and then we just like fuck off, or like maybe like lose a couple limbs or something on the job and just like postpone construction longer and longer. Like, dude, like, I don't know, we could cause some havoc, I think, if we really put our heads together.
So that's another thing that's a huge data center talking point, is all the construction jobs that they're going to bring. And so the Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is a huge proponent of data centers, except for the fact that it has been proven time and time again that data centers will bring in outside hires, like literally out-of-state hires, to not utilize union employees.
So the Wisconsin union people aren't even getting the jobs. So the 2,300 jobs of new construction, whatever the fuck, is people from out of state mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't confirm or deny whatever, like what it actually is, but that's one of the things that people wanted to see in that data center regulation, was like some sort of like guarantee of union jobs, because in other states for sure they have brought in outside employees, which is...
That's insane, dude.
It's insane. It's insane to me. But also, just getting in there, the numbers. I don't know how to explain to somebody who, I don't know, hasn't played Sim City at some point, that you can't have a community of like 10,000 people bring in 2,000 construction jobs for a year, 5 years, whatever it is, and then create the vacuum of pulling all of those jobs out and not have it being extremely detrimental.
Yeah, because these are tiny towns.
They're
Yeah, so you can't be like, hey, let's bring, in some cases, half the population, another half, if there's some of these small towns of 5 to 8,000, even in your case, the example you brought up, 10,000 people, let's bring up a quarter or a third of their whole population.
Yes.
Add that on top. The economy's going to go like this for, a year, and then it's going to drop the fuck off, and all these new restaurants, all these businesses, all these shops are going right out there. Like, they won't be able to sustain that, and then it actually is probably going to fuck them in the long run.
100%. So that's like what would have happened in Greenleaf. Greenleaf and Wrightstown are like basically the same.
How big is Greenleaf? It's like, I think 100 people?
If I remember correctly, it's like 4,000.
Let's pull that up. Let's see.
I could be.
Dude, they got Wi-Fi there? There's no way. Let's see, Greenleaf. Greenleaf, Wisconsin. They don't even. What does it say? What does it say? Population of 607.
Okay, yeah. So it would have been
607 people, man. You're gonna bring in 2,300 jobs.
Yeah.
And you think that town's gonna be okay after they pull that?
So Wrightstown. Look up Wrightstown because Wrightstown is like essentially this.
Is that like
the
rights,
same.
like the turn right, or right like
No,
RITE?
WRIGHT.
Oh, W.
Yeah.
Big W's. Dude, that's insane. 600 people.
But I think combined still it doesn't even hit like 8,000.
31.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
it doesn't even hit
still.
5.
Yeah.
And they wanted to bring in, I think, let's be conservative and say they wanted to bring in 1,000 construction jobs. They don't even hit 5. That is 20% of the population.
Yeah.
And that's where on the roads. That is like inventory ordering.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, anybody who's played SimCity knows that is like not a sustainable thing to do. And then when they're like, oh, like they bring in a lot of jobs, like you were saying earlier, we have figured out, I believe the average is 16 jobs per data center building.
16?
16.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, and so I think it's down in Mount Pleasant. They have like 15 or so buildings that they want to build.
Yeah, is the Mount Pleasant one, are they still working on that one? Because I did see a bunch of videos of like people, and again, it was similar to what you were talking about with the experience in Greenleaf, where the people were at least like admitting like, yeah, we were really uneducated. They're kind of taking advantage of us, you know, they kind of pulled the rug out from under us.
Yeah.
It sounded like when they were like, the people that they chose to interview for this like news segment were like all people that had no idea what they were talking about, and they were like, yeah, I heard it's going to bring lots of good jobs, so hell yeah, bring the data centers into Mount Pleasant, into Racine. And you're like, dude, I hate to break it to you, they're lying.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Buster Baxter on Arthur. It's like, people lie on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, yeah. God, it's scary.
It's so scary. And that's like, so like in Greenleaf, there were people who didn't even know what data centers were at all. Like at the talk, there were people who were like, I don't even know enough to formulate an opinion.
Yeah.
Let alone how I'm supposed to feel about this.
Who's doing the like? This is something I was thinking about too, because like the data centers, like they got lawyers and shit. Like we gotta start looking at the people that represent these companies. Like you're a human being at the end of the day, and the people that are like the data centers themselves, like we talk about them like data centers, like it's such like it's like the same effect as when you watch like a Marvel movie and they're beating up the CGI monsters at the end of that third act. Like it's just kind of like this ominous thing that we don't have to feel bad about because it's not a person. It's like, no, there's fucking people behind those decisions with families, with kids, whatever. They're turning on the rest of the human race for a little bit of money. The same thing with these lawyers that are helping them out, like write these predatory or lobbying like against or lobbying with politicians to write these like predatory laws or lack of laws. Like we gotta start. I just think we gotta start like putting a microscope on these people and being like, hey, this is who you are.
I mean, like I certainly don't disagree with you, but I also think at a certain point, I'm a firm believer that you can't be a good person and make as much money as these people are making.
No.
And so for me, it's more like, I mean, you look at Mark Zuckerberg and the Beaver Dam data center. Mark Zuckerberg literally evicted native Hawaiians from their land in Hawaii and or sued them for the land in Hawaii. Like there is no reasoning with somebody who is inherently that terrible of a person.
Yeah.
And lawyers can be good people, 100%. But when your job, there was a law firm that recently sponsored a panel in Madison about pro data center, and when your website says that you specialize in white collar crimes and government investigations, that is pretty telling. And I don't know that there's any reasoning with you type of thing. And it makes it really difficult because you have these centers coming in and offering these people, these farmers who are currently in a very difficult situation due to tariffs. Soybeans are a huge part of Wisconsin's economy, and due to the administration's tariffs, the soybean farmers have been devastated.
Really?
I mean, horrifically devastated.
Why are we beefing with the soybeans so hard?
So, soybeans are one of Wisconsin's top ag exports.
Oh.
And China was one of the biggest buyers.
Yeah.
And when there's tariffs and China said,
we'll get them elsewhere.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying them. And so these farmers, because farmers are basically purchasing on the fingers crossed, weather's going to be good, land's going to be good, China's going to buy. So they're sitting on these soybeans, this inventory that is inherently going to go bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a shit crop, you have a shit market, and then this person comes in and says, we will pay you 150% above market value for your acreage. And you are standing between, like, literally having to go bankrupt, sell your land, lose your 5, 6, 7, 8 generation farm,
mm-hmm.
or sell it and know that you're setting your kids up for at least something.
Setting them up to live until the world looks like it does in Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, listen, I would love to say that I know what I would do in that situation, that I would say, like, no, I'm going to protect my community. But, like, I have 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 kids, and if I have to ultimately make that choice, like, I don't know.
Yeah. It is tough. I mean, I'm not telling anybody it's not an easy choice, but it does. No. It sucks, dude.
It does. And so for me, it's like the people in these situations who are the bad guys, the bad guys, are the people who, one, know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg and, you know, the people at the top who are inherently just, like, making money at the cost of the average person. No morals, no values. The politicians who are selling out their communities. Like, those are the 2
most evil, of
the
course.
2 most evil people.
Yeah.
And the politicians who are selling out, like, the state level politicians that are selling out their communities as well.
Yeah, that shit's pathetic to me. That shit's really pathetic to me.
Yeah.
As you've been speaking out about this stuff more and more online, has anybody like come at you negatively? Like, have you had any interactions with data center people, or maybe some, like, trolls or whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I'll get somebody who's like one guy called me a Luddite, which is like a very old school insult for somebody who's, like, against technology.
Whoa.
Yeah, which I was like, interesting to use, like, an 18th century insult against somebody who is against technology.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I've had a few people who are like, oh, what about, like, one guy was like, oh yeah, I'm sure Beaver Dam doesn't use Facebook. Like, I'm sure Beaver Dam doesn't use Twitter. And I was like, okay, that is not the issue here.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for trying.
Yeah. What are, like, what do people try to say? Maybe if they haven't said it to you, what are, like, the talking points for people that are pro data center? What is the stuff that they're putting out? Obviously, we have the jobs thing.
The jobs thing is huge. The frustrating thing for me is it's all ambiguity. So, like, it's going to create jobs. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What type of jobs? How long are these jobs going to last?
Yeah.
It's going to create economic development.
What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean? Like, in the sense of, like, the jobs thing, because what happens when the construction ends?
Yeah.
And we've all seen that it's not actually going to create jobs. People will say, oh, they're going to use closed loop cooling systems, which...
Dude, they can close loop these nuts because they are lying.
Well, correct. But also, like, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Your air conditioner is a closed loop system. Cooling for, like a beer keg or a tap line is a closed loop system. It doesn't say anything about water usage at all.
Yeah. And
because all of these data centers claim proprietary information in regards to their specific closed loop system, nobody knows how much a data center in a closed loop system actually uses. And so another thing, going back to that piece of regulation, it says like, oh, they have to use a closed loop system, and they have to limit water usage for cooling. But what is that?
What does that mean, limit? What
Right.
if I got on the road and it said just like be chill?
Right. Yeah.
My chill is different than your chill. That I can do whatever I want and be like, well, I was being chill.
My chill is not tailgating you.
Yeah.
And that's like a
Yeah. You know
a
what I mean?
line.
Yeah, it's like, what do
Yeah.
you mean we can't go? It can't be like, figure it out. Do what you want.
And that's what like this regulation is, and to me it's so insulting. Like
Yeah.
if that senator who wrote that was my representative, I'd be like, thanks for calling me a fucking moron.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the closed loop system is huge.
Wow. Yeah. I've
They
heard that a bunch.
They love to say, oh, we use a closed loop system. But nobody says what it is. And they'll say, like, oh, we only use the water when we charge the system. So essentially they fill it, and then they don't use any more water, which is like, okay.
Let's pretend that that's true. If
Right.
that is true, you're still not telling us how much water you need for the loop.
Right. And so, like, like you said, let's say that's true. Why are you being so weird about it?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just say, like, we need X amount of gallons and we don't use any more water?
Yeah. And motherfuckers, you should be paying the community for that water.
Yeah.
You should be paying the community for that water. 100%. They should come in, hey, we need to use 100 million gallons of water, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to buy that from this community, which I don't want to do. I wouldn't sell it to them anyways. But if these crooked politicians are going to make that deal, bare minimum, it should be like in exchange for, hey, we're going to take this. Yeah, it's going to be in our closed loop. We're not going to take any more after that. Sure, da-da-da-da-da. But we're going to take it in exchange for this. Here you go. All
100%.
dividend for everybody. The same way, like in Alaska, don't they give them like an oil dividend? Like it's like, hey, I know we do this crazy shit here in your home state, but because you have to deal with that, everyone gets an oil dividend from whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So
Like-
I'm not 100% sure about the Alaska thing, because I think part of it has to do with the indigenous population as well. But
okay.
but using that as
essentially,
an example.
Yeah. As to make sense of
I
it.
think that's like valid, and I think also there being some sort of, again, it goes back to transparency, like some sort of conversation about like why are you being so for example, QTS was the data center that was trying to set up in DeForest, which recently they pulled out. And I emailed them because on their website they were talking about their freedom design.
Freedom design.
Their freedom
That's
design
sick.
closed loop system. And,
Freedom closed loop. We need a Patriot closed loop
I
next.
literally was like, do you hear that eagle? It's technically not an eagle, it's a red-tailed hawk, but that like that screech.
Yeah.
But so I emailed them and I was like, because in July they said, we're excited to introduce this. All of our data centers moving forward will use the Freedom Design closed loop system. That's awesome. And so I emailed them and I was like, do you have like a prototype or like a data center that you built with this, that you're able, like that you're pulling this data from essentially?
Yeah.
And the woman emailed me back and was like, we use closed loop systems for all of these data centers. And I was like, great, super cool. Didn't answer my question. Yeah. Which one is the Freedom Design prototype? She was like, these are all of our closed loop data centers. And I was like,
she's an AI chatbot.
I was like, super cool. Thank you so much. I get that you're a customer service representative and this is not your fault. However, which one of these is that Freedom Design closed loop system?
Yeah.
Specifically because you say in July that all of these data centers are going to be Freedom Design moving forward. So clearly the ones you built previous to this are not
the Freedom
the Freedom Design. Never responded.
Okay, here's my problem with us going, it's not this person that works for this place's fault. It's not this person. I understand it's hard and we all need to make money and it sucks that we have this system. But at a certain point, if I got on the phone with somebody who was building the Death Star and I said, hey, brother, I know they got a good pension for you. I know they're paying you and your family well, but like, what's going on with the big death laser? Like, do you really want to keep doing that? Can you just answer some questions, blah, blah, blah? And they were like, hey, man, I'm just here for a check. I got to do whatever I got to do. Like, at a certain point, we need to, like, turn around and be like, we are building a Death Star. We are actively for the ability, like, for people, like, this person is probably making $50,000 a year being a front desk person for this terrible, terrible company. Is there not any other place that we can make $50,000 a year and say, fuck this data center? And I know it's harder and harder, but it's like, we got to get together as a community. That's why we got to shut this shit down. Like, we just genuinely, maybe it's because I was watching a bunch of data center stuff today. That's got me all amped up because I was getting ready for this. That's got me, like, angry because I'm like, let's burn it all down. Fuck this. But, like, dude, you do, like, you lose hope every day, at least a little bit, especially when you interact with this stuff a lot. I do want to get to, there's some live chat stuff here from Christine. She says, can you speak to the aquifer Wisconsin sits on? Aquifer. Is that, do you know stuff about this?
I guess I'm not super familiar with this. I'm assuming, Christine, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming this just has to do with the quality of water and the water.
Is that the reason that we're such a big target? Is because the quality is so well?
Yeah,
so good?
in the initial law that was passed in, like, July, it was water, or Wisconsin is such a water rich state.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. I could be 100%
we'll
wrong.
Look into that. I'm sure she'll get back to us here in a second. Also says EPA standards for contamination in water have already been lifted. And she said yes. She just responded yes to you there.
Yeah.
It's just scary, man. It's like, all right, I want to talk a little bit about, like, the specific effects that the data centers will have on the regular person. Mm-hmm. Because we're talking a lot about, like, we're talking shit about it. We're talking about what it's not going to do because they're claiming it's going to do these things. We've already kind of dispelled some of that. Mm-hmm. What are the things it is going to do to these communities and to these towns?
So first and foremost, the construction is truly horrific. It is loud. It is constant. It creates dust. There are people in Port Washington who live half a mile away from these construction sites where they cannot live in their homes because it is too loud, it is too dusty, it is truly affecting their quality of life.
And now they can't sell the home.
They can't sell.
No one's going to buy it.
Right.
That's my favorite, by the way, as a small tangent before I let you finish.
No, yeah.
That's like one of, like, the most all-time worst takes of all time was I don't know if you've ever seen that clip of Ben Shapiro debating those college kids, and he's debating global warming and how it doesn't really matter if sea levels rise. He's like, don't you think that, he's like, hypothetically, if sea levels were to rise on the coastal states, don't you think you would hypothetically just sell your house and move? And some guy, like, rightfully so, like, quoted him, was like, sell it to who? The fish?
Yes.
Like, if it goes underwater, I can't fucking sell it, dude.
Yes.
If you build a data center and I can't live here anymore because I'm not just a snowflake who's like, oh, I can't live here because I can't sleep and I can't fucking breathe. Who the fuck else am I selling it to? The robots that are taking my job? I hope to God that they need a 3-bedroom in the middle of Port Washington. Hope to God that the fucking Tesla bot needs a new house. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, that's like being like, okay, the sea level rises and takes out 2 or 3 homes and being like, well, now I have a seafront property.
Yeah, exactly.
At what cost?
Yeah, dude, like, fuck my neighbors, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, so one of the things is it's going to be the construction is terrible.
The construction
People can't
is
live
terrible.
in their homes.
The sound pollution is awful. It is the equivalent of, I believe, like, general construction constantly, or like an airplane taking off constantly.
And this is after construction is done. This is just what it needs. We're talking fans to cool this place, the sound of the building.
Yes, this is just the noise of a data center.
Jesus.
And so that's part of it. The water pollution and contamination is huge. I will admit I'm not super versed on that. There are other people who can speak more to the environmental stuff, but I know for sure there are overwhelming studies of communities around data centers that have had their water contaminated.
Yeah.
The electrical charges that we're already seeing in the community with people being like, why does it cost so much to heat my 500 square foot studio apartment?
Yeah.
Because they're building all of this infrastructure, because they're essentially passing off the cost to you, to the ratepayer.
Yeah.
There is the sound and air, or the air quality. Kind of talked about it with the dust, but like all of the heat and everything coming off of these data centers is huge.
We've already had like super irregular, weird weather here in Wisconsin and the Midwest over the last few winters. Like, that's just not going to get any better. And I know, because we had a friend of the show, Tom Mortensen, on the show a while back to talk about, like, we talked about a lot about the dairy regulations and the lack thereof of like these CAFOs and everything, and how our lakes are already under attack on that front, right? Where like a lot of lakes in like northern Wisconsin are getting shut down halfway through the summer because of all these CAFOs that have no like regulations. So they're just dumping manure into our regular water, and we're getting this green algae, the blue-green algae or whatever the fuck. In the middle of summer, you can't swim in any lakes.
I mean, even in Madison that happens.
That's why, so it's like we're already losing our lakes because of pollution.
Yeah.
Let's just add in fucking Ultron.
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna do us any better.
Well, and also, if you're familiar with corn sweat.
Corn sweat. What is this?
So it usually happens. It's not an uncommon occurrence, but it's also not super common. Essentially, it gets so hot later in the summer when the corn is like mature enough to have like kernels, that it causes it to sweat. The corn to sweat, and it raises the humidity in the area, and it basically creates this like humidity bubble. We just had it this past summer, and it was basically like Iowa and southern Wisconsin, and it like the humidity is already pretty high, but it like raises it astronomically because of the corn.
Yeah.
And I like, these data centers are so big. This is just an assumption on my part, but like I would imagine there would be the equivalent of data center sweat, because it gives us so much heat.
Yeah.
It uses so much water. Wisconsin in general, like Christine was saying, you know, the aquifer. There's already a lot of water there.
Yeah.
I would assume that it would directly raise the humidity in Wisconsin as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
And that's just not good for anybody, dude. It's not good for you're trying to wear any. You're wearing a t-shirt in the summertime. You're gonna have pit stains. You're gonna be just like walking around in a swamp. It's
truly a crime.
Yeah, just on like a day to day, dude.
Yeah. And so that is like, those are just some of the things, and I don't. This next stuff is a little bit conspiracy theory to me.
Let's get into it. You got a
like,
podcast mic in front of you. This is the time. This is the time.
I am a white woman
yes, let's
on a
do
podcast.
It. Let's go.
This is like a line that I don't always love to like go into, but there's like the people who claim that there's like health issues being around electrical power lines and you know, these type of things, which obviously data centers are there. I only say this because I have not researched it, and I am not ready to formulate an opinion on it. But that is another kind of like huge thing.
I think we should start to really mobilize people, because you know, with all due respect, I know this is an apolitical issue for the most. This is 100%. Everybody on both sides of the aisle agree. But we maybe need some of these crazy motherfuckers. Like, I'm talking some January 6ers to get them active, bro. Get them in these streets on a local level. I'm telling you, I think if we started promoting this, like, yo, it's just like those 5G towers that are making the frogs gay. Bro, these data centers are going to make your kids.
Yeah.
They're going to turn your kids into furries.
Listen,
these data centers are going to turn your kids into transgender furries. If we start telling them that, that'll mobilize some MAGA guys.
Should I barrel the camera? Yeah. QTS data centers make your kids trans.
Dude, that will start getting that guy from Port Washington. He'll get his ass beat, dude. Ted's gonna get slapped the shit out of, bro. If we just gotta get better at our marketing, man. Maybe I gotta step up and be the next Alex Jones.
Oh my god, the Republican propaganda marketing machine.
Impressive.
I'm a victim. I hate it. But as somebody who works in marketing, recognize game.
Dude, yo, they like, know what they're doing, bro.
Newt Gingrich.
Yeah? Who is that, actually? I don't know who that one is.
He is a former Republican senator, representative, former Republican politician. This is like...
I might know what he looks like. I'm going to look him up.
He looks like if Santa had an elf that he hated.
Newt, what is this guy's name? Newt Gunray from Star Wars?
Newt Gingrich.
Gingrich. He sounds like Newt Gunray from Star Wars. Oh, he looks like him too. Yeah, that's great. Newt is a terrible name, by the way.
He came out of the womb and his mom said Newton.
That's crazy, dude.
Newton.
Yeah, what is this guy? What is he doing? He's 82 years old. He's dead, or he's not dead?
No,
he's alive.
he is alive, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Newt Gingrich is essentially the Ted Cruz of the past, meaning nobody liked him. But Newt figured out how to game the system. If Newt Gingrich has one hater, it is me. And if Newt Gingrich has no haters, it's because I'm dead.
Yeah.
Newt figured out how to game the system. So he learned that C-SPAN only records the speaker. Okay? Like the camera is only on the speaker. And so Newt and his buds would get up on camera in front of an empty House or Senate or whatever it was and basically say Democrats are traitors, Democrats are anti-workers, Democrats are anti-family, and this very specific politician is the fucking worst. And then he would say, specific politician, do you have anything to say to that? Empty. The House, Senate, empty. That politician's not there. But C-SPAN can't turn the camera.
Okay, because I know what C-SPAN is, but I'm not super familiar. Is C-SPAN rolling 24 hours? It's just like rolling on the...
If it's open. Like if there's somebody speaking, yeah.
So somebody's working that camera or no?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming so at the time.
What the fuck, dude?
Uh-huh. And so then the speaker of... whoever the leader of whatever building he was in was like, this is fucked.
Yeah.
Well, look at what he's doing. Broke the C-SPAN rules, and then Newt was like, look at this motherfucker who's breaking the rules.
Oh, that's some pussy shit, bro. That'd get your ass dropped on the playground.
Just wait. It gets worse. So one day, Newt Gingrich was like, here's a list of, I believe it's 104 words that you can call your opponents. And they're like trigger words, basically. And it's like traitor, anti-family, anti-patriot, anti-worker, all of these things.
Yeah.
And then being like, as a Republican, I'm a patriot. I'm a family man. I do, all of these things.
Yeah.
Sent it out to all of the Republicans. And this was like maybe early to mid 90s, maybe a little bit later.
Yeah.
These are things that they still use today. This was the start of the sort of like us versus them, name-calling sort of politics.
Yeah.
Newt motherfucking Gingrich.
Yeah. Man.
He's the reason why.
He's a bitch, dude. Is he still serving?
No, he's not.
Oh,
but
thank
he
God.
he was angling to
Hey,
be
whoever's-
Trump's VP
Really?
first time and second time.
Really? God, he would have been good at it probably.
He would have, but
Yeah. Thank God we dodged that.
It is insane to me to say this, but thank God for Mike Pence.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, it is sad to say, but it is true.
Yeah.
Wow, Newt is a pussy. I don't fuck with him at all.
I hate him so much. He also broke up with his first wife when she came out of surgery to have uterine cancer removed. He literally sat down next to her hospital in bed and said, so let's talk about getting a divorce.
He said that pussy don't work anymore, so I'm not...
Yeah, he said,
Wow.
Listen, it doesn't...
Newt is lucky. If you guys could see this picture of this guy, he should be lucky he was getting any pussy. That's crazy, dude.
He's had multiple wives.
That's why I think, on a serious note, conservative women have to stop hating themselves because...
Truly.
Like, these men don't deserve to get laid. Also, this is unhinged a little bit. I have a theory that maybe the reason some of these crazy conservative women are also so evil is because they're not coming. Because I don't think Newt is eating. I don't think he's eating it.
Oh God, I hope not, because I cannot visualize.
Yeah, I'm just saying
That
came to my mind right now. I'm trying to put it together. I can't see him doing it.
Listen, I hope that these women are just like getting their bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I hope so too. Yeah, I hope something at least.
at
At
truly,
minimum.
Melania got a movie.
She did get a movie. I didn't watch it, but she did
I
get a
have not
movie.
either,
I don't know anybody
but
that did.
you know what? She got a movie.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her. I just think if you're out there listening to this right now and you're about to put in the catheter for Newt, because I'm sure he's in. I mean, I don't know who's taking care of this guy, but 82 years old. I'm sure he's needing some help because he does not look like he's taking that good care of himself.
No.
If you fuck up this one time and he's no longer with us, that'll be okay.
Do you know how much you'd have to fuck up to kill somebody with a catheter?
I mean, shit, dude. For Newt, I mean, I don't know. Just figure it out.
Yeah.
Just figure it out. Get these guys out of here. Did you see? Speaking of the, did you see the men's hockey team won yesterday? Won gold.
Mm-hmm.
Was like the first time it's happened since a Miracle on Ice. Everybody was all excited. Should be a unifying thing for the country, right? It's like, whoa, the men's team did it and the women's team did it. They both won in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So sick.
So
right?
cool.
So cool. They got on a phone with Trump after. Did you see this?
I did, because I saw the video and I literally said, you know what? It's my own fault for thinking a white man could be cool, because Quinn Hughes, like,
yeah,
devastating to
That's
me.
hurtful.
It's hurtful. So a fun fact about me, one, I played hockey for a really long time.
Oh, shit.
My sister also played hockey, and my sister-in-law is actually a coach for the Washington Capitals.
Oh, shit.
And she has coached the U.S. women's team, like, not at the Olympics proper, but at, some of the other world championships. And it is both very cool and very sad to know about all of. It's like a dogfight.
Yeah, it's a big dogfight. Mike Vick's outside right now. Holy shit. Holy shit, man.
No, he said he was sorry.
Yeah,
okay?
he did
he
say
got
he
to
was
play
sorry
football
too.
again.
Yeah.
He said sorry.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that serious. He didn't have a whole building.
Yeah, come on.
So she like knows a bunch of these people.
Wow.
And it is so weird to hear, like,
it's gotta be disheartening.
Much it is, but it also isn't, because there are. I grew up playing hockey. Okay, so like, it's
what position?
I played goalie for a long time.
Whoa.
And then I did right wing for a while as well.
Yeah. I gotta ask you about being goalie when you're done with this. I want to remember.
Put that on your list. Yeah. So hockey is inherently a white man sport, and that's, I don't think, is a surprise to anybody here.
It's now becoming a gay white man sport, though.
That's
kind of sick.
God for heated rivalry.
Yeah. Bringing some new eyes to the sport for
sure. But
yeah.
Also it's so weird to have, like, people thirsting after hockey boys, because I've literally been doing it since, like, puberty. So I'm like,
you're like,
welcome to the fucking game.
Because y'all are late, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all are late. Yeah.
Dibs.
Yeah. Okay. Hockey's a white man's sport.
Hockey's a white man's sport, and so a lot of them are, like, very conservative and, like, pretty fucking racist. Like, if you look at the amount of men of color in hockey, the number's low.
Yeah, it's also like it's a kind of a wealthier sport to get into, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It is getting much better.
That's
good.
It
is getting much better. People and communities are starting to, like, invest more into things that allow people to play more.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing is racism.
Yeah.
Racism is huge. And so, and this is not me excusing it, but, like, when you look at where hockey players come from, Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, North Dakota, like
Canada,
bunch of white areas.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you hear these stories, and it makes, unfortunately it makes sense, but then you like see these good ones. You're like, Quinn Hughes and his ghost, like, seems like my type of guy. And then you're like, that's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Mm-hmm. And for people that don't know, so Trump gets on the call with these guys right after they, post-win, OT win, unify the country. We're all excited. We got the gold on the heels of the women's team just winning gold. And he's super pumped. He's joking with all the guys. They're all like, "Oh, so excited to talk to you, Don. How's it going, Don?" Like, they're all, like, joking with him. They're like a little, they seem a little extra excited, which to be fair, I could excuse to a level. I could suspend disbelief and be like, the
for
president
sure.
calls you after you win a gold medal.
Right. At the end of the day, it is the president.
Fine.
He may be the world's biggest piece of shit,
But it's the
but
president.
he's the president.
Right? If they invite you to the White House, I would not go as a professional athlete personally. I would not be excited for that phone call.
No.
But you want to be excited for that? I'm not going to stop you there. Where it was whack for me was like he shits on the women's team. For people that didn't hear the phone call, I think his exact words were, unfortunately, I have to invite the women's team too.
But the thing is, at that point in time, the women's team had already turned him down.
Yeah.
Which is like...
That's hilarious too, that he's like saying like,
Yeah.
I have to invite them. And then he said, and he was like at risk of being impeached again. He's like they're going to impeach me. And all the hockey bros like giggled.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are pussies, dude. What? You guys supposed to be tough hockey gold medalists, and you're laughing at this fucking loser's joke to make yourself like,
Yeah.
you guys are cucking yourselves out for Trump?
And so with the Hughes brothers, specifically Quinn and Jack, their mom was instrumental to women's hockey, like in her generation. Like she worked for, I believe, the women's hockey, like the U.S. hockey team or something. Like she forged the way for women's hockey today.
Wow.
And they just like shit
Laughed at that? Yeah.
shit on it. Yeah,
That's
it
so
is.
sad.
It's upsetting, but it also like it is like, again, as somebody who has like played hockey, it is so common. It is so common.
So
like
unsurprising.
Women's versus men's hockey, like the discrepancy between pay, the discrepancy between equipment and spaces that they play in, and all of these things, and people can argue up, down, left, side, and right. Like it's the money they bring in. But like if you look at the Badgers, the UW women's hockey team has consistently either won the championship or been second place since the program started back in like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
Badgers men's team has not.
Yeah.
Has not, but they like still refuse to like give them any recognition or like anything.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just stupid, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just so stupid. And I think like it's just so sad that it's like that for a sport like hockey to be kind of as hot as it is right now, with stuff like heated rivalry, with the women's team winning gold in overtime thriller against Canada, like that was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
Like for that all to be happening, and then the men's team, like the NHL is growing still as well, and then the men's team has this awesome moment, and for it to like be like pissed on like that just, dudes, you guys can't even like mask your fucking loser shit for a few minutes. Like, god damn, why is Kash Patel even in that locker room? What a loser, dude. Like that's the thing too with like these politicians. Like we were talking off air about how we shouldn't, we cannot and should never idolize politicians. We cannot put them on pedestals. We cannot do that. They're, especially like people that are like entrenched in this shit or so partisan, whatever. Like these guys are losers. Kash Patel should not get to feel cool for even 5 seconds in that locker room with me. If that was the fucking when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts not letting that guy hang out with them. If that was LeBron James winning an NBA championship, he not letting that motherfucker hang out with them. Get these fucking losers out of here.
But also, like, if you are the top FBI person, I don't even know what Kash Patel does. I just know
the director, but
he sucks.
he's so bad at it, and it's like he's supposed to be of a nonpartisan like thing, and he's just like Trump's lapdog. Like, what the fuck?
If I'm the director of some like national program, like a professional.com, why the fuck am I trying to go and do shotguns of beer with like literal children?
Yeah.
I don't know who the oldest person is on the team, but I can't imagine they're older than 35.
Yeah.
And that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Like
you're a loser, bro. You didn't win.
No.
You didn't skate on the ice, man. Like,
No.
you're a fucking loser.
You're a loser. But also, like, what valid... It reminds me of the, like, former frat guy, like, alum that comes back and everybody's like, oh, fuck,
Yeah,
Kash is here.
Yeah, like a 45, like 50-year-old
Yeah.
dude, like coming to, like you said, to shotgun beers at a Darty.
Yeah.
Like, brother, your time has passed.
Yeah, like,
Get over it, man.
you're not cool.
Yeah.
But apparently all these hockey guys think he is, which is arguably more cringe.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. especially with his fucking. I mean, my guy is like provably lied under oath about like the Epstein files and shit. Like, you guys are hanging out with that guy? You're gonna laugh at him and Donald Trump's jokes right now? Like, he's the least popular president in history right now, I think, currently.
Unless you ask him.
Sure, but it's like if you like, you're gonna be caught on in this historic moment that we're gonna look back on forever. You were on the phone with that guy laughing at his jokes. All right, man.
Pulling us back.
I don't give a fuck when the hockey players bitch that like NBA players are soft and they need to be making more money, bro. Bro, fuck you guys. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not give a shit, because at the bare minimum the NBA has other political issues that I'd talk about a different time, but at least they'll stick up to Trump. At least they stand up to that guy. Like, bare minimum, they let the players talk shit about that guy. Like, that's crazy that you guys sucked him off in that. I cannot believe that. Cannot.
No.
Sorry, I got off on a
No,
tangent.
I'm about to take us into the left lane. Speaking of the files, I have never been a conspiracy theorist. Ever. And after those came out, I should not laugh because they are truly horrific. But I was like, damn. There are a lot of people that I owe apologies to because they are, in fact, were right.
Yeah.
They were, in fact, correct. Yeah. And now I feel like I have to, like, put my tinfoil hat on where I'm like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this reality?
Yeah, it is crazy. And some of these people, I feel like a chunk of them, because like was from small town in rural Wisconsin. I got plenty of people in my life I know that were wearing those hats that I was like, yo, like, I don't trust the government either, but holy shit, man, you're saying some crazy shit right now. And I agree with you. I'm like, yeah, man, maybe I owe these people an apology, whatever. And then I see them on Facebook and they're like vindicated for all of 5 seconds and then still not but they don't care now. And I'm like, well, it's not cool. It's like when your friend shows you like their favorite band and you're like, this is kind of ass, and then they come out with like that big hit and you're like, well, this is awesome and everybody loves it. You're like, I don't even listen to them anymore, man. I don't even listen to them anymore. They're so mainstream, bro. I don't listen to that. It's like, oh, they made good music and now you don't listen to them.
Right.
They made good music that everybody likes and you're like, oh, now I can't fucking listen to them because it's not cool anymore, bro.
Yeah. Well, when I see all the people who are like, they're like, it's actually not that big of a deal, or the Epstein files are actually Democrat psyops, and it's like, you have one job, like the camera. You have one job, and it is to continue to think that rich people are doing terrible things.
Yes, because they are.
They are. Listen, game respect game. I owe you an apology. However, you got to keep the energy up.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm sure we could go for a very long time. I don't want to take up your whole evening, but I do want to ask you about playing goalie quickly. Okay, playing goalie in hockey. Is that the worst job in the world? Because playing goalie in soccer, in my opinion, worst job in the world. Worst position. It's like being a kicker in the NFL.
It was really hard. It was really hard only for the sole reason that, like, so I played for a team that was like beginner girls. It was the first girls organization in my area. And so I would literally have 5-year-olds and 14-year-olds on my team.
Whoa.
Truly. So, like, as an example, my sister she's 5'11", and when she was 12 or 13, she's probably pretty close to that height. Maybe not fully, but at the bare minimum 5'5". And there was a 5-year-old who did not reach her waist. And at one point in time, they were both standing in front of the net, and it was like a joke. And so I'm the goalie, and so I would stop 30 shots on goal, but I would still, like, 6 would get past me.
Because they're putting up 36 shots on goal.
Right. And the score would be 6-0. And even though I have a pretty decent save average, it's like, well, fuck.
It's like, well, we got a 5-year-old that's getting stiff-armed. It's not the 5-year-old's fault, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is tough.
Yeah.
God, that's tough.
It's hard, but, any good coach, any good team, I'm assuming for soccer as well, it's, the defense is supposed to stop 90% of those pucks, and then the last 10 is up to the goalie.
Yeah.
But
What's like a tip for any goalies out there? What's something that you learned that you think maybe helped you?
the first one is like don't get into your head in regards to like the success of the game, in regards to like if you're letting in 6 goals but you're also stopping 30, 40, like that's the important part. Also, stay close to the pipes. Hug the pipes.
Hug the pipes.
Hug the pipes.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's where they sneak in.
Does it hurt when you guys do like that whole thing where you like bend your knees in?
No.
That doesn't hurt?
No.
It looks painful. I don't know why.
No, it's not. It looks more painful than it is because the pads are so big. But yeah, no, it's not too bad.
How heavy is it with all that stuff on?
It can be
Pretty
heavy. It's not. I mean, it's not crazy. It's mostly just like bulky. Like it's just kind of like
blocky.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's kind of like out of that old Kanye West music video. I don't know if you ever saw that. 2017, 2018.
No, that's.
He's cool. We don't love Kanye now. We don't. But that was a good video at the time.
I did have my Kanye moment in the past.
Yeah.
But then he got.
He put the hat on, and then he put the swastika on, and then.
And all of those things were bad. I'm not trying to negate those, but him like actively abusing his wife and child essentially in public.
Yes.
I
would say that one's not good too, probably.
Yeah, that one's. I mean, none of the other things are good at all.
We all got different lines.
To be clear, my line was there, but
yeah.
That was like where I was like, ooh, this is like scary. This is not just like, like before, rich people doing shitty things, like a shitty person being a shitty person. But then when you're like, oh, that's your 8-year-old.
Yeah, you see, he just did a show with his. You're probably not plugged into his stuff anymore. He just did a show with his oldest daughter in Mexico, sold out, like 80,000 people.
The one who was on his betrayal list above Hitler.
His daughter was?
Yeah.
Which one? North? That's her name, right? Yeah.
Yeah, did you not, his betrayal.
She was on the betrayal list?
Above Hitler.
She betrayed him more than Hitler?
More than Hitler.
How did Hitler betray him specifically, I wonder? And what did North do? He gave her that name. That's a terrible name, by the way.
You know what? He
betrayed her, if anything.
He betrayed her.
Many ways.
In so many ways, but can you pull up the betrayal list?
Can we pull that up? That sounds amazing. I didn't know there was a betrayal list.
Oh yeah.
I know about some of his really bad songs he's come out in the last couple of years. I only get to listen to him when they're on TikTok.
Like Harriet Tubman, I think might be on there.
I think I did see this. Jesus Christ. Kanye was betrayal list, dude. Oh my God. Go to images. Let's see if it comes up. Yep. The betrayal. Oh my God. Yeah. That's it. He tweeted it, right?
I think so. Yeah. So Harriet Tubman.
Here, pull up the tier list so they can see this. Because this is amazing. Yeah, click that. That's so good. This is on an Instagram page. We posted this. Okay. I am in pain. What does it say? I am in pain that no one person can fix. The betrayal. Number 1 is Kim Kardashian. Then we go I Show Speed, Diddy, Ty Dolla $ign, Harriet Tubman, Northwest, Pusha T, Freddie Gibbs, Kid Cudi, Curious George, Donald Trump, Pete Davidson, Patrick Starr, LeBron James, King Von, Playboy Cardi, James Murray, and Adolf Hitler.
I'm so sorry. Can you imagine being Northwest and being like, Harriet Tubman betrayed my dad more than me, but Adolf betrayed my dad less than me?
Yeah, holy shit. I just wonder, my dad was like a local celeb almost. He owned a pizza place and he was on the fire department and he was like in really good shape. He's like this jack dude in his like 30s and 40s in my small town in Wisconsin. It's like everybody knew who my dad was. And people would like say stuff to me about my dad sometimes every once in a while. Not like bad stuff, but they would say stuff. And I just wonder what school has got to be like for this lady. It can't be good.
No, I mean, no. But also, depending on where she goes, like, if she's in Calabasas, it's like all celebrity kids.
But still, these kids, those kids especially, gotta be so evil. I'm not saying all of them, but like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you can't tell me what goes on in a regular high school, the bullying that goes on in a regular high school. You can't tell me if like all of us had 100% knowledge on everyone else's parents, and the fact that like your mom's a porn star, your dad's crazy, your mom is that, what, like, bro, the bullying there's got to be crazy.
Well, it's like Rain, Kourtney Kardashian's eldest or whatever, where he would randomly create social media profiles and just like dump a bunch of like Kardashian gossip, and then his family would see it and they'd make him shut his account down.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be me. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
I love that, dude. I love that
Yeah.
for them because they are so good at like contriving a narrative and whatever. Like I'd love
Yeah.
to see their kids like
and good
just
for
come out and be real.
yeah. I mean, good for them. But I have a thing against like monetizing children and
Oh,
children's
yeah.
trauma, especially like in my social media sphere or whatever. Like my children are not.
Yeah.
I'll like say their names or whatever, but like I don't show them
Mm.
because shit's scary
Yeah.
when it comes to kids.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
It's weird, like the family YouTube channels that they had that big boom in like the late 2010s.
Ooh.
Those freaked me out, dude. And I mean, now all the stuff that's coming out about a lot of these big people, and like, I mean, they're pretty much. I would say they still exist, but they are much. They're
Yeah.
like dying off.
They're
like, they
not
don't get
nearly as
popular. Like nobody
yeah,
cares.
Yeah.
But like I remember when like the Ace Family was huge and these other family channels. I'm like, dude, first off, this content sucks. Secondly, like I remember like the kid is like crying about something, and the mom. There was like this viral video of the mom trying to get a thumbnail. She's like, "Well, keep crying for a second so I
Yeah.
can get the thumbnail."
Yeah.
Yo, that person needs to be smoked. They need to be wiped off the planet, deleted.
It's so weird. Like when you verbalize it and you're like, you are posting your child's most upset moment and you are monetizing off of it.
Yeah, or
It's
imagine like you if you. I remember, and I overshare a ton on this podcast, so I don't really care. I remember one time I think I was in like maybe 5th grade playing tackle football. Too old to be pissing my pants, and I pissed my pants one time at the end of practice. I was
Yeah.
trying to hold it. I need to wait till I was getting picked up.
Mhm.
Pissed my fucking pants, dude.
as one does.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, that's way too old to be pissing your pants in 5th grade.
Yeah.
But I was holding it for like the whole practice. Now you're getting tackled. Like it was just painful, and I couldn't make it. It was like the last 20 minutes of practice. I pissed my pants, so I'm waiting. I tell my mom when she gets there, I'm like, I pissed my pants. She's all fucking. I can't remember if it was my mom or dad. Somebody picked me up. And so I'm like trying to like not sit on the seat then the whole ride home,
Yeah.
whatever. I couldn't imagine my mom was like,
The
let
hover.
me get the thumbnail of you.
Yeah.
Darren pissed his pants. Like I'd be like, yo,
Yeah.
I would assassinate my mom in a video game. If I got of age, I would smoke her.
Truly. And it's like, and then you have the added thing of like, now with AI, you have
Oh
like
my
predators.
God. Yeah.
Like I don't post pictures of my children at
Yeah.
all because you have now predators who are taking footage of previously victimized children and taking faces
And
of
face swapping. them.
other children and putting their faces on it. There's been at least 2 or 3 cases of that already. And it's like, no, I mean, like that's
Yeah.
the scary stuff, but then there's also the like, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're above the age of like 20.
What do you think? Yeah. Yeah.
I will not.
Yeah, yeah.
I will
It's
not
okay.
be guessing.
Yeah.
But like, I should speak. I'm 34. Just had my birthday. I grew up with the
happy
internet.
belated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Grew up with the internet. Let me tell you, I had some dumb things I put on the internet.
Yeah.
I had cannot believe I'm going to admit this online. I had a blog that I wrote my senior year of high school. Do you remember the show My Life is Liz?
No.
Oh, so you are maybe a little bit younger than
I'm
me.
27.
No.
Okay, so I missed the My Life with Liz.
My Life is Liz was on MTV, and it was like about this quirky girl in Texas, and it was her in high school, and she was like quirky is the best. She had 2 best friends.
Yeah.
They were into music or whatever, and like it was a cool show. And so anyway, I started this blog after my first high school boyfriend broke up with me, and it was essentially me documenting my sexual awakening in high school, where I was like, yo, as a parent now, I'm like, holy fuck, how did I...
Yeah.
But every blog post was like an episode, whatever. It actually was like pretty clever, but also it was like just me being like, I got a huge crush on this guy. I'm gonna get blackout drunk and sleep with him or whatever.
Yo,
like, which was kind of the start of my quote unquote internet career. But I would have people like come up to me in high school and be like, I'll give you $20 if I can be in your blog.
Really?
Because I would like give people fake names and stuff.
Mm.
But I like think about that now, or like some of the dumb Facebook statuses that I had or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah.
My child can never. I have secondary embarrassment for what my child would say.
Yeah.
Let alone me.
Yeah, the internet was more pure then, though. It was, because you could do embarrassing shit like that. Now, I don't think you can do... that's not true. You can do pretty embarrassing shit now.
You
But
can. It's just bites you a lot quicker.
I think, yeah.
That's why, I mean, people ask me if I'm going to run for public office, which, first of all, never. I cannot sell my soul. And I think I'd do more good not being in public office, but also because, like, I was an idiot. And I have learned a lot, and I know that I'm a different person. I also firmly believe in, like, repercussions for your actions.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't need...
You don't need that kind of stress.
I don't need that kind of stress. I don't need to be under a microscope. I also enjoy making mistakes. Like, I enjoy learning.
Yeah.
I also enjoy getting, like, kind of drunk when my kids are, like, at their grandparents.
Sure.
And
having a good time. Maybe saying some stuff you shouldn't.
Yeah. And, like, cyberbullying politicians.
That's amazing. Yeah, so it'd be tough to be in office, but people might like that, though.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't...
Yeah.
I think I would get paid better now to cyberbully Robin Voss than if I was in office.
Yeah, I agree. I actually, in my very small town of Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, was considering running for mayor a long time ago. And I thought it would have been fun. I probably would have been Icetown in real life, from Parks and Rec, but I had no idea what I was doing. But I thought about it. I was like, dude, I could run circles around this guy. I could easily, like, I'm smarter than him. I'm like, I got all the social media stuff. We could run this up. I need like 400 people to come vote for me, and that's it. And thank God I didn't. I just think it would suck to be in that world.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I try very hard to be understanding when it comes to, like, politics and even data centers. You know, like, when you're on a board or something and this big company says, hey, we have a huge economic opportunity for you.
Yeah.
You can't know anything about it until you sign the NDA. Like, I'm not going to get mad at them for doing that. And I try to see both sides. But at the same time, it's like, I will maybe have a martini or two and tweet at you how you're the world's biggest cuck.
Yeah.
A few times.
Because you are. It's like, what's that guy's name from Parks and Rec who's on the city council who is the dentist? What's his name? It's like something with a J. You know what I'm talking about? You see that?
I wanted to say Crentis from The Office, but that's...
Who is the fucking... Oh, it's like Jam?
Jam. Yeah, You've been jammed.
Yeah, God,
yes.
Dude. That's easy. But, dude, he is who I imagine when I think of any of these
100%.
Idiots that take the money from these
100%.
data centers. It's like your Jam.
That or the oil from Fern Gully, you know, the song oil smoky thing.
Yeah. Wait, from where?
From Fern Gully, the Disney.
Oh, I don't know.
It's it's about deforestation and whatever, and there's like this oil. It has like this like very kind of sultry, seductive like song. But that's what I think.
It's like a monster?
Yeah.
Or like a being?
Yeah, it it's almost like a ghost.
Whoa.
But it's like the oil or the pollution
sexy
or
oil.
something. It is. Listen, when you're playing like Hear Me Out, like that is
That's some banging oil.
That is one.
Wait, I need to see that real quick.
We'll
pull that up and then we'll wrap. I need to see some sexy oil. I'd love to give people some goon fuel, you know. Let's see what we got here. What's it called?
Do Fern Gully, FERN GULLY, and then do like, I don't know, pollution song or something. Sexy oil.
Yeah, the show is a show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Fern Gully,
and it's
Gully.
like it's about
The
okay.
there.
Toxic is the song.
Yeah, click the images. I don't want to play the song to get copyright. Let's just see what they look like. Hey, wait. Click around. Oh, is that one in the middle there? Is that what it looked like? No.
No, okay, no. Do the like the orange background, the second image. Okay, right?
Okay,
Like
yeah, he's got the lines. Yeah,
kind of cut,
he's got some. Yeah, he's pretty jacked. I
a
can see
little
that.
a little evil, a little insidious.
Yeah,
You know, a bad boy.
yeah,
A
that's
bad
what the
boy.
ladies like now. The dark romance novels. You know, that's right here. Fern and Goalie, or Goalie and Fern.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're hopefully. I mean, the reality is they don't look like that. It actually looks like us not having drinking water and paying way more for our electric bills. So please don't fall for it, guys.
No, 100%. It's all propaganda, and you can take the steps to learn how to combat propaganda. And I'm certainly not somebody who's going to sit here and say pro AI or anti AI. I think to pretend like AI is not going to be around is a little naive. But I think that there's also a better way than just sort of like swallowing this narrative that's being literally shoved into us.
Yeah. No, well, I thank you for coming on the show and chopping up with us and teaching us a bunch. I also, for people that have been listening or that are going to be watching days after over on YouTube and whatnot, all of Quinn's stuff is linked down below. They can check out the TikTok there. They can get in touch with you and follow everything that you're covering on that. Also, if you guys are watching this live or listening to this days after, we're going to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They're on the screen right now. If you guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra videos, extra podcasts, as well as a series where I break down how I mix, master, write, record every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com/Darren Rita, and you can help support the channel for as little as $1. Also want to say a quick shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the show, and to Impulse Cameras for sponsoring another episode. Both of those guys, their stuff is linked down below, so you can check those out there. With all that being said, this has been the 340